Hey guys, welcome back to my videos. After a long time that I do not upload video, so today I will show you a game that I play at black pieces and my opponent play at white pieces. So let's move into the game. So the game starts with e4 and I play c5, which is the Sicilian defense, and after knight to f3 and I play d6. And he played bishop c4. Normally in this position, people will always play d4 and after take cd4, cd4, and now I play knight f6 and after knight c3 and I play a6, which is a knight drop defense. But in the game, he played bishop c4, and this one is under protected. So I play knight to f6, attack the weak pawn on e4. Now, white have two options to protect the pawn here. One is to play knight c2, knight c3, like, logical, defend the pawn and develop the knight. But in the game, my opponent went for d3, defend the knight with the pawn and open the door for the bishop to come in. So the reason is this move is not really good because in the Sicilian defense, white want to play d4 and attack in the center of the board, and after take and the knight can play in the d4 square. So that's the reason. As d3 is a little massive in this position because now white don't have any ideas to go with. Maybe in the future we'll play f4, but it's just really hard. So as this position, if white play d3 and thus I want to go with d5. So I play e6 in order to go for d5. a2 was played and I play d5, attack the bishop. Bishop b5 check, bishop e7 block, take, and I take with the queen. And after e take d5, and now the best move is to play knight take d5. But I went for pawn take d5 because I like my pawn structure in this situation. I have my c and d pawn to control the center of the board. So I think this is better than the knight taking on d5. But actually, the knight on d5 is better. But I go for e take d5. He castle, and now I play bishop e7. The best move here was to play knight c6. So I can develop to d6 because after rook here, I have to come over the board again to e7 to block. So thus I waste a move. So I play bishop e7, rook e1, and now I play knight c6. The reason I not castle here because I'm scared about something like knight e5 coming into the board. That's the reason. So firstly I play knight. After I castle, I play knight c6 first because look all over the board. My opponent doesn't have any threat immediately on my king in the center of the board. So that I can slowly play knight c6, and after that I will castle. He played knight c3, and now I castle. He went for bishop g5, pressuring my knight on f6 square. I go for h6, open the door for my king, and kick the bishop with tempo. Bishop h4, and now I play rook f to e8, centralizing my rook on the e5. He played queen d2, and connect their rook on the first rank. Now I play a6. Actually, in this position, you see that it is, I think, for 30 seconds. And I have no move to play. I have no idea in this position. Now I have to stay the bishop here. Maybe bishop something like this will not work because disconnect my rook is not really okay. So I don't have any idea to play. So that's I play a6. The waiting move. That I want to look how my opponent wanna do in this position. So he went for the mistake, knight e5. This is a good move according to the engine, but for me it's likely a mistake because it gives me the position is better in this position. In this position, the engine said that this is equal. Like I have a little advantage here, but after knight e5, like it's really better. It's 0.6 better. That means the position is better really much. So after knight take e5, I thought for 20 seconds here, and I found the right idea how to punish the mistake that my opponent made. I took on e5 and after rook e5, and now the reason here I want to play d4, but the reason why in this position I can play e4 because I gave up the square on e4, and that's the reason. Secondly, if I move the pawn here, and maybe we're gonna trade like that, something like knight come here, pressuring my pieces, so that is really important. But after this move, I push here, and then the knight come here, I can take. So that's the reason. So now I play d4, and after knight e2. Why knight e2 is the best move? Because if he play knight e4, this is a mistake because I have knight take e4, and now you have to take with the rook, and now I got g5, and after bishop g3, I go for f5, attack the rook, and after rook e1, I have f4, and the bishop is trapped. And that's the reason. So he did not play knight e4. That's the reason. So he played knight e2, and I go for knight d5 because I want to trade the bishop, from my bishop for his bishop. He traded. I take with the rook. Rook take e7. Queen took on d7, e7, and after knight g3, I play rook to e8, centralizing my rook on the open file. He played the mistake knight f5. Now my best move is to play knight e6, attack the knight, and after knight g3. According to the engine, I have f5, and maybe to play this move, I don't actually know. So this is not really easy to play the position for black. I go for queen e2. I thought that is beneficial if I have a trade here, because my rook is in the 7th rank, like the 2nd rank for white, and his rook have to stay on c1 to protect the pawn, and that's the reason. Now my rook is really, comfortable, but his rook have to stay at home and protect the pawn on e2, c2, sorry. And yeah, the knight on f5 cannot do anything much here. Like getting my pawn, I can push it easily, so that's the reason. Black is better. Yeah, he did not go for a queen trade, and he went for queen c1. This is really passive, and the rook and the queen are staying at home. And now I took my advantage on this move, and I play a brilliant move, knight f4. Sacrifice the knight, because if queen take f4 and easily queen e1 brilliant, and after rook e1, it's rook e1 is checkmate. So he did not go for queen f4 because this leads to a losing game. Just go for knight g3, attack by queen, and after queen g4, and he play a3. And at this position, I play a mistake here. I sacrifice my queen on g3. Yeah, this is actually a mistake because after I take here and I got knight here to attack, it's bad move is to play king f1, and after I take and the rook take, and the position is equal. I have rook e3, but after pawn move, and this is equal for both player here. Black have maybe a little better position, but after this move, I don't think it's better really much because rook take e1, and king 7 is. I think this is a draw. Yeah, I don't think there's a win for black. So that's the reason. So, but my opponent after this move went for a mistake that led he lost to the game, and he played king f3. King h2. And now, what's the difference? I took on c1, rook took c1, and I play rook e2. And the reason is, if the king go here, it prevents the rook from going to e2. But if the king, like into the game, he play king h2, and now I have rook e2, and this is really strong. And I'm 1 point of better in this position. My rook is really strong. You know that in the rook endgame, if the rook can get to the 7th rank, is equal to 1 pawn. So in this, I have 0.9 point of advantage in this position. So now he have to walk on king to g1 and maybe to f1, attack my rook. But now I have f5, and after king f1, I have rook e2. The reason is the pieces have to stay and protect both the pawn here. So he go for c4, and now I took on b2. He blundered a pawn, and now it's easy win. After rook e1, I go for rook d2, rook e5, and now I took on d3. And as this is a mistake, rook take f5. The best move here to play rook take c5 because now he's disconnect my pawn structure. Yeah, and still attack this pawn. The reason is it's not a good move because now I have b6 and protect the pawn. I don't have to take on a3 immediately because if he took here and he disconnects my pawn structure. So after rook take f5, I play b6 to connect my pawn structure and protect the pawn. The reason is my opponent cannot do anything to target the pawn on b6. And that's the reason. He go for rook d5 and now I took the pawn, and after rook b6, I got b5. And after take, it's easy win for black. I have 3 pass pawn and I have 2 pawns in this game. So after rook c6, I put the pawn, and after rook b6, I play rook b3 and I put the pawn. And after here, I offer rook trade. And if you not trade the rook and going here, I just have this move, and this is game over. King here, I create a queen. That's the reason. So here he played king d1 and I took the rook, and he just blundered the rook and he resigned. Yeah, if you not blunder the rook, it's still easy win for black in this position. So this game shows the importance of putting the rook on the 7th rank and having the better position. You know, one mistake cost the whole game. One mistake, king h2, cost him the whole game in this position. Because he's let my rook to go to the 7th rank. It's made it really hard to play. And easy to have a mistake here. It is really hard to play after this move. And my rook will stay on the 7th rank, and I mean, it is easy for black here. So, this is easy win. Like that. So this game shows the importance of the position in the game. You have to make your opponent feel uncomfortable to move. You have to put your pieces in really strong square and really ideal square, you know, to win the game. That's, I don't actually know what to say, but yeah. So if you like my videos, please follow my channel and comment and share whatever you can. So I will teach you how to reach 2000 EUR on chess.com. Actually, I fall down. Yeah. Goodbye and get out of here.